Hello, and welcome to episode 20 of Flesh and Pod. My name is Abby, and I am your host. With me, as always, are Logan and Jordan. So, Logan, let's start with you. What did you do in Flesh and Blood this week?
20. This is 20. 20 weeks in a row, might I add. We've not missed an episode. I'm proud of us. I'm mostly of Abby because putting up with Jordan and I is just a fucking nightmare. But
I do want to call out last week you said that I've only done it 19 times because I did miss the one episode. But we did the emergency FaB.
pod. You're right. Okay, put me in the correction corner. I belong there.
Yep.
Flesh and Blood this week. I played Thursday Night Armory with Viscera in Classic Constructed for the first time. Managed to go 3-1, I think, or 2-1, whatever it was. Got myself one of the neat little pierce what is it? The aura that looks like a tiger from EverQuest.
Oh yeah.
I got that in cold foil, which is all those cold foils look really good. Then just didn't play last night. Just went and hung out for a little bit at the Blitz Armory. That's on our normal Saturday nights. I had a previous engagement that I needed to go to and wasn't able to play, but I did get to witness some data dolling as Data Doll took down the event.
I saw that.
Holy shit.
Data Doll.
I saw Dagon's tweet. That's crazy.
Data Doll.
They only drew 3 cards.
Yeah. It turns out that the player known around here as Rhodeyberg, he must have found the secret golden ratio in Data Doll because he was just hitting items off of his boosts like continually, like hitting a key dissipation field off of a boost against Levia, so Levia couldn't kill that turn, so Levia was going to die to their blood debt. Like,
oh wow,
stuff like that. Yeah. So deck lists look really tight and really cool, and I'm very happy that happened because again, our community here is locally is just very good, and so we were all just cheering for it. But yeah, so that was very cool to see.
That's awesome because like I saw Dagon tweet that and posted it in the general section of our Discord and got pretty excited, and then people on Twitter are freaking out about it too. You know, like the community as a whole is just like, this is awesome. You know, data.
Not very smart doll.
No.
Kind of a dumb doll.
Full of data.
Lots of data.
Lots of data in that doll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jordan, what were you up to?
I don't know if I played any Flesh and Blood this week. Typically, I play a couple of games. I don't think I did. I did my normal like content consumption cycle. So like read the news and notes of the week or whatever, but I don't think I actually played any games. FaB 2.0 was a big news drop. Abby and I were actually at a local baseball game when it dropped, and we're trying to decide if we were going to go on media blackout during the game and read it before we read anything, or we ended up reading it during the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were going to go blackout for a while just because we couldn't get it to load.
Right.
Yeah.
And then your notifications exploded, and you're like, "Well, I guess it's up."
Yeah, that was like I think that's exactly what it was. So Abby's giving me the hits as she's reading through the article, and like it was my dad's birthday, so I felt a little bad, like flipping through this article by being like, "Hey man, be quiet for a minute. This is really important." But no, it was a fun week. Otherwise, like it was kind of cool to watch everybody process the news, and we're going to talk about that, you know, ad nauseum here for a little bit. But I don't think I actually played any Flesh and Blood outside of just be a member of the community and vibe. Abby?
Yeah, I did not play. We had various stuff going on through the week, and then this weekend I was with my family, so didn't play any, but we obviously went through all of the 2.0 news, and then on, was it Wednesday that Derek had the Learn to Play?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about that. Yep.
So one of our friends is doing a Learn to Play at a shop here in Columbus. So we stopped by for a little bit, but then we had to go run more errands as adults, which sucks. But so that's cool for, you know, him getting that together. There were what?
I want to say there were 3 or 4 new people that were new, and then Derek, Nick, and Jacob and Jason, I believe, were the people that were teaching.
That's cool.
Yeah, the store was very, very nice. Dragon's Lair in Columbus. I'd never heard of it before. It was a very big store. Like, had a lot of play space. They had a really nice retail section as well. They did a good job separating retail from
Play space
as well.
Stuff,
yeah. Because that's always one of the awkward things when you go to a store and you have like people that are shopping and like trying to get around players and it's uncomfortable. But these guys do a very good job of, actually most stores in Columbus do a very good job of that.
Yeah, the bigger the two stores we really play at religiously here in the Des Moines area, one of them literally has a door between the two sections. So
Yeah.
like, and then the other one just has it very obviously sectioned off.
Sure. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So that was pretty neat. I pre-ordered a board game from them that they ordered for me and are gonna have in this week. So I'm excited about that. So I'm excited to get more FaB off the ground. Yeah. Good. Shout out to them, I guess, for doing that.
That's right. All right. So news and notes. You know, I don't really think anything happened this week, right?
No, it's pretty chill. Outside of that whole FaB 2.0 announcement.
Yeah, just that little thing.
Oh.
Yeah, just that little thing. That small blip on the radar.
They removed the restricted list. I think that's it. We can just move on. Let's talk a little.
Just the entire blueprint for the future of the card game that we have podcasted about for 20.5 weeks at this point.
I would rather talk about Everfest Unlimited. Actually, let's talk about that instead. That's way more exciting.
I'm still not wrong.
No, I don't think you are.
I want to make sure that I'm still not wrong.
Let's just do that really quick because it is newsworthy, but it is not. You guys good to do that quick?
Yeah, there's that ghost link that showed up on the Mothership's webpage that said Everfest Unlimited September 2022. At which point I thought I was immediately wrong. And was trying to piece together like why would you have it 5 months from now? And trying to figure that out. And then apparently there was a per Rudy recounting conversation with J Dubs, James White. That's his new name, is just J Dubs.
That's what his real friends get to call him, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That it actually won't be released if it's not needed. So,
right.
We'll see what happens with that. I mean, there's not a ton of cards in Everfest that are absurdly impactful right now.
Right.
But who knows? So I'm not wrong yet.
No, I don't think you'll ultimately end up being wrong because I guess the only reason they even put that up was because suppliers were calling to ask, and they were basically, their customer service department was so inundated with questions by it that this was a, hey, get off our back, like here's an answer, you know, which is really funny actually. But he said, hey, if we don't need this, it's not going to go out. And the read of that conversation was, it's not going to go out. So I don't think you're wrong.
And then there's this pesky FaB 2.0 announcement.
Yeah.
Anybody got any takes? Anybody? How do you want to do this? Do you just want to go section by section? Yeah,
let's just go down. Like the article is laid out in parts. So part 1, retiring first edition, and part 2, there's something else, and we can work down this and just kind of give our, if we have any news or notes relevant or thoughts. I think that's clean. Ab, you good with that?
All right, here we go. Part 1, retiring first edition.
Okay, so that's a good starting point. Because the model for distribution is changing. Very, very narrowly or very specifically, it's released once and printed as much as it's going to be printed that one time, and that's it, right? Like that's what I'm getting from this. But there's a very heavy, what's the word here? There's a very heavy emphasis on how they're going to keep collectability, with cold foils being mixed in along with the rainbow foils and everything else that you would expect out of a first edition. This is an A for me. No notes. Less confusion for everybody. Less, because you look at Tales and Everfest specifically. Has anybody been buy Unlimited? Like, they all already had all the cards they needed because they needed them to play before Unlimited Tales ever came out.
Yep.
And same thing with Everfest. Like if Everfest Unlimited would have been something that was going to be released in like late April, everybody already had all the Everfest they needed. Like what? Okay, like what is this even worth at this point? Why have it? So yeah, the last line which is, it is my view that if first edition isn't legitimately special, there's no differentiating first edition at all, is perfect. That is correct. I completely agree.
Same.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. No notes on this one. My biggest hang-up in getting people involved in Flesh and Blood coming from other games was explaining the distribution model. Like explaining that the more expensive cards come first and then later cheap ones come, but you already have them, felt like such a racket to explain. So I like that. I like that they're keeping cold foils important, so that he recognizes the need of the collector. I could give a fuck, but I understand a lot of people really do, so like I like that a lot.
There is one thing I want to call out here, that because I thought that this was amazing in their foresight, and that is putting the cold foils in the token slot.
So
that
yes,
if you open them, you get to keep them. You don't draft them for your deck. They can't go in your deck if you're playing limited, but it eliminates the feel bad of opening a cold foil that obviously is worth a ton of money, and then there's another card that would make your deck, but this cold foil wouldn't, and then you have to you feel like you have to value draft the cold foil. This is the plus in the A plus here. This is the well thought out, great foresight. Obviously, somebody that is working with them has had the feel bad of opening something that is worth money next to something that would make their deck better, and feeling like they had to take it. So great job.
Yeah, I think that's an awesome thing that they're doing, to be honest. Like, again, no notes. It's going to require some player education for the sake of draft, but the fact that it's not a rule and sealed makes the education factor like negligible to me.
Right.
Yeah. Like 10 out of 10. That part's awesome.
Yeah, and then so with that change starting in Uprising, which is the new set coming out in June, there is a new symbol. It's a purple triangle, and that is that's like the alternate versions of cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like those, and I feel like everybody's gonna open one of these at some point. It's kind of the vibe that like at some juncture you're gonna open one, whether it's like a great one or not is like the debate, but the rarity will vary depending on the card itself. So that's kind of cool. I actually really like that a lot.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so that look out for those. When you draft, you're gonna get to just yoink a card every once in a while.
And I guess in sealed, you can play your cold foil equipment and such.
Yes.
So it's only draft. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that part a lot. It would feel really unintuitive and sealed to open, a bomb like in that slot and then not get to play it. But in draft it, I can track. Mm-hmm. There's some stuff for me I can track that pretty well with my brain.
Yeah. And so it's time for the probably the hardest conversation in all this, is the history pack.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Abby, would you like to read about the history pack?
Yeah, let me find the part I want to read.
Okay. Just this little
history pack is a booster set that includes cards from Flesh and Blood's past in white border with no foils. History pack 1 includes cards from Welcome to Wraith, Arcane Rising, and Crucible with a white border. I want to make that clear. Make sure everybody heard that. A white border.
So here we go. I'm old, and I do have a memory of the Chronicle set in Magic, which was their way of printing cards into that were in very limited print run sets into a mass printing so people could more easily access them. That's what Chronicles was designed for. Also, it's a money grab, but and that almost killed Magic because investor confidence just died. If all these cards can just be reprinted whenever, whatever in mass, why would we ever have any sort of anything, relating to these. Why even bother? Like, why invest? Why collect? I think there's a big difference here, namely that this game has not been printed in a foreign language yet. It's only been in English, which I guess is a foreign language to some. I probably should be more. Want to be more clear on that.
Yeah, that's fair. Don't make me bust out my New Zealand accent.
Please don't.
Okay, fair enough.
Just don't. That's all you got to do is not. So I believe instead of a way to satiate a base that exists, this is a method to grow the game specifically. And I think with that difference in mind, this is a good play. I've already seen some panic selling, which, okay, I'm amused. But I think that this is just going to be the way to make sure that the game never stagnates. And you can keep printing really cool new cards into sets without having to try to wedge in cards that require a reprint because they're too expensive or too hard to access. I'm good with this, is the long and short of it. I don't think that this is going to crush the game. I think this is going to grow the game.
I think so too. I think any time that you lower the barrier to entry, especially in a game that is non-rotating, you really have to keep that in mind. And Command and Conquers and Lightning Strikes, despite being on the downward swing the past Bravos winter, have not really lost too much price point to the fact that they're still kind of cost prohibitive to jump right in. So I like the idea of lowering the barrier of entry by a lot. I could give a fuck about white borders. I know some people are very strongly against it. It doesn't bother me. It's okay. I like that they're preserving the intricacy, or intricacy is not the right word. Like the value of black border cards by virtue of this. You kind of hit on all this, but I guess I agree. No notes. I worry about this product a little bit from the who opens it standpoint. Just a little bit. You and I aren't going to open it too much if we open it at all. If we opened it, let's say we get past that hurdle and I might buy a box just kind of for the crack into the packs. Look at Abby if you're on video freaking out. Yeah, I might buy a box for the crack into the packs, but having a white bordered hero could be cute. But none of the vendors at tournaments are going to buy these rares and majestics because they're already pretty low value anyway. Vendors aren't buying a lot of Flesh and Blood singles anyway because the resale value isn't super high. The margins are much thinner than in Magic or Pokemon. So I guess I worry a little bit about getting these into the right player's hands. And does a player new to Flesh and Blood buy this box? Maybe they do. Maybe you say, hey, you buy that box, that's a collection and a can for $100, and that's the goal. But also for $100, if you want to play Viserai, you can build most of the Viserai base deck for $100. So yeah, a little bit more than that. But hey, for $150, you can build the deck you want, sans the equipment that you're not going to get when you open this box anyway. We
don't know that.
Well, I mean, from just a statistics perspective,
sure,
you're not going to open 3 legendaries in your box or whatever. So
right.
Hey, for your $100 and $150 can go much further buying singles, which has always been true for anything, right? So I worry a little bit about who it's for, but if we can get past that hurdle of and maybe I misunderstand who buys cards and why they buy them. This is great. This is a great idea in theory, and I hope that it pans out.
The other thing that's crazy here, because this stops at Crucible of War.
Yes.
There are the black label packs for the foreign languages. And I'm thinking that those are going to be probably very high value.
Yes.
Run, yeah.
Yes. Foreign language cards do well in English markets anyway. So the fact that these are short print run, like you said, is even crazier. And these they're doing the black labels to catch up more quickly than biannually, right? Is that the vibe that I got from this? Is that the black label history pack is gonna catch up to current set very quickly, and then
Correct.
revert to the white border every other year.
Yes.
Yeah, because History Pack 2 will come really, really soon after History Pack 1 in French, German, Italian, and Spanish.
Right.
But you won't see English History Pack 2 until 2024.
Right. Okay. Yes, that's right. Oh yeah, it literally says we will have access to their localized version of history packs more quickly. For example, these will come this
Jeez,
year.
Did you even read it?
I did not.
No.
I knew I saw it somewhere.
And then part 2 of the announcement is playing the game is about more than competitive play. So we'll just kind of hit what they're bringing out to kind of bring that. So the first one is they're going to have more storytelling, world building, character development, and integration of the lore. So, we kind of see this with the first classic battles, right? They're starting to bring in, that's coming with a lore book. So, that's kind of part 1 as to bringing the world and the play together more.
Yeah, that's great.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Some of these characters people already kind of like have gravitated towards without knowing anything about the character themselves. So give people more to latch onto. I think that's great.
For sure. Definitely agree.
And then products are tailor-made for first play and social play experiences. So classic battles, the PvE that's coming out next year, or is it this year?
Next year.
This year?
Next year, I believe.
Next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember when that came to be.
That's a huge. This PvE thing is actually just massive. It's not what any of us thought. Really, it sounds like it's going to be its own like RPG experience. Like he mentions campaign, which gives more of an Arkham vibe than like a more of Arkham vibe than like a WoW raid vibe. I think a lot of us thought it would be like, hey, you're gonna face a boss or maybe a series of bosses, but like a campaign kind of indicates that there's in between actions too. So kind of like a Gloomhaven deal, and that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Quite honestly, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of design space.
I guess we know why we're a year away from it, right?
Right, for sure.
And then 3 is reformatting casual play. So they put out Ultimate Pit Fight Rules, the official. It says that they published suggested rules before Blitz format was announced. So they've got that. They've got Commoner. Which is a new format. Go ahead and
sanctioning Commoner is a really big deal. I'm sure like Logan, your community loves that shit because you guys have been playing it anyway, right?
Right, and now we have an official, set of rules.
Right, you can have built-in pride support and like you can do armories with it, now. And is it already in Gem?
I haven't looked.
Gotcha.
But so yeah, I don't know yet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think these having also funny that every official Flesh and Blood card is legal in UPF, so you can play Goat Bananas.
That is neat. That is neat.
And then Commoner, I'm interested. The 2 rares, in the inventory slots, and the young hero can be rare, but it can't. So you can't play Shiana in Commoner.
Damn.
But you can't play Valda in Commoner.
Sure.
But you can play the rare young heroes like Benji.
Can't play like I know a couple people were disappointed that like Eastlander can't be played. Yeah, that's I am curious about the 2 rare. It seems like a very arbitrary number and like kind of confusing for like just no reason. Like I'm not gonna like whatever, that's kind of where I'm at is like, I wonder why, and then move on. Maybe it's because like no, like I don't know, like Crucible weapons, for example. They got like reprint with flesh and blood backs. Those are like listed as rare, like, but those wouldn't count against your rarity.
They would not.
So
weapons.
Yeah. So that's like whatever. Like good, cool.
Yeah. And then 4 is reviewing rules enforcement for casual events. So they're looking at adding a 3rd level to help differentiate the environment from casual to like super competitive, like ProQuest, Nationals, Worlds. So that's something that they're working on.
This is desperately needed, and we've talked about this on this podcast before. Like the fact that your ProQuest is the same as like a Armory is bananas to me.
Which is the same as an on-demand.
Yeah. That's it was kind of weird. I hope that they get this out sooner than I hope they get this out for PQ season 2. That would be cool. But because it feels weird to like call a judge over like mistriggers or anything in a ProQuest because of the rule enforcement level, you know. So I don't know. I hope that this fixes that. I'm excited about it. So
yeah. And then part 3 is Hello Elo and recognizing excellence. So previously, the only events that awarded Elo were callings and national championships. And now going forward, there are 7 that will award Elo. So you'll get it at ProQuest, Road to Nationals, Battle Hardened, National Championship, Calling, Pro Tour, and World Championship.
I'm going to do a quick explanation of how this all works as I lived the ELO life in Magic, although Jordan probably has a pretty good grasp on it from playing chess. So ELO is a rating that you have when you play in rated events. So an 8K event would mean that the most points you could gain or lose in any match is 8 points of ELO. And then same for 16, same for 32, same for 64. And the actual number of points is calculated based on the difference between your ELO and the person that you're playing's ELO. And that determines how many points you would win or lose. So if Jordan was very highly rated and I had just signed up for Gem yesterday at a 64K event, which that isn't actually possible, right?
No, it's not. But
is you could buy a PTI or be gifted a PTI, and your first event could be the Pro Tour.
That's actually crazy to think about.
Yeah, right. And we played, and I were somehow, some way to victorious. I'm able to overcome the juggernaut that is Jordan Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
He would lose 64 points of ELO, and I would gain 64 points of ELO. I would straight steal it.
Yoink.
And that is how ELO works. The part of this that is fantastic is the points, you can't sit on your rating, basically. The intention is to make ELO accessible to all players in all regions of the world where points are put on the line with some level of frequency. So there's going to be, they're considering implementation of activity requirement to remain on the ELO leaderboard. That needs done. I'm just going to say it. That needs done. Because otherwise people just hit their, you get a tournament, you do really well, you end up with your rating in the top however many it needs to be, and you just stop playing.
Yep.
Because there's no reason to play now.
That was a big problem in Magic from what I understand.
Huge.
ELO predates me in Magic, but from what I understand is you would like win the first 2 rounds of PTQ and then just stop, right? Like you would 2-0 drop because like, oh, I'm locked for the PT now.
Yep. That ended it. You're just done. Once you understood that you have your points threshold, you just then drop. Yep.
Yeah.
And then if the PT is 3 months away, you just don't play another event.
Another sanctioned event. Yeah. Because you can't go to FNMs or anything under that.
Nope.
Yeah. Because if you lose to the random at your FNM, like your rating is cooked.
You just got tanked again.
Did they have K factor balancing though in Magic, or was it all just like weighted equally?
No, it was K factored.
Okay. So I guess it wouldn't be too bad, but like still you wouldn't risk it.
If you're sitting on a 2K rating and you draw poorly and lose to somebody sitting on 1400, they're taking every factor of point they could.
Sure.
In that event.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts to me. I there's part of me that wishes that we had this in Magic when I was there, only for like the trash talk, but the downside is like very obvious. So, I like that they're gonna make this the way to go to Worlds and the Pro Tour. in nationals. Like it's better than XP.
Yeah, just eventually, kind of an eventual thing because they just don't have enough players to really use Elo as a measuring stick yet. Like there's enough that's happened with Elo on the line.
Right.
So
And doing this helps. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I could eventually see them trickling it down to things like armories as well.
Yeah.
But like to like a
4K.
A 4K or it's 4K for skirmishes, maybe even like a 2K for armories. But maybe not though, because those are like farmable at the store level. Like stores could manipulate those. Like a less than upstanding store could. That we see this with XP, right? Stores that just like make events to give their regulars, mega XP.
They fake it. There are scummy stores. Some of them sell entire armory kits on Facebook, and then using Facebook shell accounts and stuff like that. Like there are just horrible people at all turns. Like,
right.
Yeah.
So maybe with only doing ProQuest and up, those are the things that you get invited to do by LSS. So it's a little harder to scheme.
Yeah.
Yep. Next is banning the restricted list. So for Blitz, they have it. They've never used it. So they're going to get rid of it. I do find it interesting. One of the sentences says, we have been hesitant to use it even though there are merits to doing so because it's simply cleaner for a player or tournament official comprehension and officiating if a card is simply legal or not legal, not halfway in between.
Mhm.
Which is great because hopefully they don't want to do any more erratas.
But then they literally do that by having a suspended list.
Yeah.
I mean,
just
come on, man. Like,
just be honest about what the banned list could be. Like, change your definition of banned list.
Right.
As opposed to, so to me, this means that we'll never see Plunder Run or Ball Lightning back in Classic Constructed.
That's
like,
how it feels.
Because they would have said, hey, we're actually going to move these to the suspended list now with this new terminology. It's probably cleaner if you just say, hey, the banned list is kind of just like a suspended list. Like everything is always in flux. And we know that's true anyway. Like we know.
Be true.
Right. I mean, it's very likely that, hey, in 10 years, let's say, we get another crack at Plunder Run. Maybe not. But like the idea that like, oh, it's now illegal for them to do that. Like I guess I just don't get the word games we're playing. Like,
no,
just do a thing,
Just do the thing. Yep. Half measures suck. Just do the thing.
Yep.
I guess they are gonna always give it a time frame about when its suspension is up. So that is, I guess, the differentiating point. Hey, Crown of Seeds is suspended until Bravo Star of the Show becomes a living legend.
I'm pretty sure that they're going to be suspending more for Blitz. They say that in the article here. So,
to flex, to make the format flexible.
So the Bloodsheath Skeleton suspension is probably coming soon to a theater near you for Blitz.
Till Viserai gets living legend.
Well, I mean, Viserai did just kind of just run all over Calling in Krakow. So
yeah, true.
Including winning it, like giant conversion rate. Because they do that really cool art pie where they show the art of the heroes in their portion of the pie. And anytime that you can see the literal full art of a hero in their slice of pie means that shit is bad.
Yeah, it means it's in rough shape.
Viserai in all his glory. Like, if Viserai were having a nip slip or just a hang dong day, we totally would have seen it because we had the entire art for Viserai and then some.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that was like, okay. So maybe Viserai is a little too good at current. But at the same time, I think that just a lot of very good players chose Viserai because it's strong. But I can see them going and looking at that kind of result and then going, maybe not.
Yeah.
And then suspend something.
Yeah, I could see a suspension on May 2nd for sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And then the next part, what is a hero without their trustee? And other matters of becoming a legend. Jesus. So basically, what the next part is if a hero living legends out, so does their weapon if they have a signature weapon.
This one seems a little weird to me, just because some of these weapons on the list are tokens, and some of these weapons on the list are
Majestics. Yeah.
It's just like, really? That's what? Okay,
Yeah.
I guess.
What did Galaxy Black ever do to anybody?
Literal nothing.
Yeah. I don't think it's ever dealt a point of damage in the history of the world ever.
Honestly, they should for Briar, Chain, and Viscerai, they should just have Rosetta Thorn listed all 3 times. So once one of them's gone, it takes Rosetta Thorn with it.
Yeah.
That would make more sense. And same thing with the ninjas. As soon as one ninja gets there in Blitz, bye-bye Harmonized Kadachi.
Yeah, Katsu is not going to be the living legend person that brings Harmonized Kadachi out. You know what I mean? Like,
not in Blitz.
No.
No.
Right. Benji or Ira is going to be the ones that get, they're going to get LL themselves before Harmonized Kadachi. And Harmonized Kadachi is the problem,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It has nothing to do with these heroes themselves.
And what did Hexagore ever do to anybody? I mean,
oh my god!
Never plays Hexagore. Are you kidding?
Yeah, Anathos could probably just afford to go. That card's pretty good. But like, I mean, like you're right. The Winter's Whale, that's a Majestic. Voltaire Strike Twice, like, what do we?
That's a Majestic.
Kraken's Aether Vein.
They already banned Duskblade. So
yeah.
I mean, it takes something with a Runeblade, right?
Yeah.
But it should just list Rosetta Thorn for all 3 heroes that are Runeblades. Just get it out as soon as possible.
Yeah. I don't particularly get the system, but at the end of the day, if this is the one note, the system was probably fine. Like FaB 2.0 is great, notwithstanding this note.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Very, very funny.
Yeah. Like they clearly were like, we have to do something about Rosetta Thorn. Like we can't have future Runeblades terrorize the children. Right. What do we do?
We do need to think of the children every now and again.
Right. Yeah. I did have a listener question come in via text message about whether we talked about not punching babies last week. Speaking of the children,
we did. We said it's bad to punch babies.
Right. Well, this person asked, can you punch babies that maybe grow up to be like brutal world dictators, like a la Hitler or like King Jong-un or something like that?
See, it's probably you punching that baby that put them on the path to becoming a brutal dictator.
Oh, I guess that's true, right? What is it? Is it the fault. Beethoven paradox, right? Like the time traveler's paradox?
Yeah, it's the bootstrapper paradox.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So, Nick, if you punch baby dictator, you cause baby dictator.
You made the dictator, yes.
Great. Thank you, Nick.
Instead of punching the baby, you should fund their art school tuition. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Don't punch babies.
You didn't think about that, did you, Nick? You didn't think about that, did you?
Nope, just didn't.
Just wanted to punch that baby.
And this is a person that plays Prism. He plays Light Mommy. Like
out here punching babies.
Punching babies? That's not okay.
Jeez. It's a scary world out there.
For babies?
I guess for babies.
Well, hold on. You don't think it's a scary word for adults? There's literally a war happening.
That's true. Shouts out to Fabrica for doing awesome stuff still.
Yeah, still crazy to me. Whenever I see a thing on CNN about the war, I'm like, there's 2 guys in an apartment building making FaB videos right now. Absolute mad lads.
So I'm very impressed with Ukrainian levels of fuck you. Because there's the woman that was handing the seeds to the soldiers saying, hey, at least when you die, something will grow from your corpses.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You see them kicking the anti-tank mines just out of the road?
Just kick them out of the road. Then there was the older woman who saw a Russian drone in the sky and just yeeted a jar of pickles at it and knocked the drone out of the sky.
Insane.
You got these 2 dudes just hanging in an apartment building making FaB videos and like, whatever, world's shattering around us. I guess let's play some Flesh and Blood.
This Data Dolvers KO deck's not going to make itself,
Right.
You're right, it's not.
Shit.
That's shouts to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Keep doing you.
Absolute legends. Yeah.
And then my favorite part. Legendary and Beyond.
Oh yeah, this confirms what we know.
The Eternal format is real.
Yep.
And someday we'll get to be able to do full powered Starvo versus full powered Chain versus full powered Briar. And see what the most degenerate thing that's ever happened in Flesh and Blood really is.
Yeah,
that seems like fun to me.
So Starvo just wins, right?
I don't think so. I don't know for sure. Like Starvo can come in.
I guess Seeds of Agony, right? Yeah.
And it's a Seed's turn. It's like, that's cool and all, but here's an Ursur. How does that make you feel?
That's a great point, actually.
Like, And then Briar's like, well, that's cool and all, but here's 7 attacks in 1 turn and dealing 27 or whatever.
Have you heard of my Lord Savior Ball Lightning? Yeah.
And it's in the Holy Spirit Plunder Run. Like, let's get you.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we get to see it, and I can't wait. I really just want a ton of Heroes to Living Legend out in like short order so that we can start playing this format.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
True degen kit.
So overall thoughts, Logan?
A. Overall FaB grade is an A. The only thing I don't really like is the couple of things that don't make a ton of sense, but those are more nitpicky than anything. I think that this is, as a hobbyist, not a collector, not a aggressive player, but as a hobbyist, this is great. I like everything they're saying. I like everything they're intending. But yeah, my notes are minimal. If this is the blueprint, I hope that we get to see it through and we get to see this game grow.
Jordan?
A. Same thing as Logan, really. I think it's just good for developing the game. Having a lot of entries points for new players now is great. Even the ones that I'm like, quote, skeptical about are still like great. Again, my only note is the weapons thing is weird, but like I also understand what they're trying to do there, and that like it feels weird to ban the Rosetta Thorn, so you got to make sure it goes away naturally at some point, you know, like questions like that they're trying to answer, and so like I can at least appreciate the creativity. But A plus, you know, if you're an S tier type of person, this is S tier for me as well. So it's an 80 grade for all my baseball people out there.
You look so funny right now because there's the like gap where the string is in the blinds, like literally just right down your face.
Yeah, it's right down your face.
Yeah, it feels ridiculous.
You have a sweet tiger stripe going on, son.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna disco a little bit, you know, like
yeah, you're auditioning for the Bee Gees.
exactly.
Yeah, you are my dancing queen.
Dancing queen. That's all I got.
That's fair. That's all I needed.
Hey, Viscerai won the Calling in Krakow next.
Yeah, Henry talked about, hey, Everfest Unlimited might not come out next.
No, I thought we already did Everfest.
We did.
Okay.
We did. Yeah.
Do we know who won the classic constructed battle hardened in Krakow?
Oh, was there one?
Oh, what?
They added one.
Oh, spicy.
Oh, you might. Are you right? I think you might be right.
Of course I'm right.
Okay.
Like they added one.
Oh, there are 2 battle hardens, one blitz and one
added.
classic constructed. That's right.
But I have it, like I was looking on Twitter and I couldn't find anything. Let me see if anyone's updated anything.
Because that's one of the they can only whiff on 2 battle hardens. Bravo to. I haven't seen anything on Reddit about it, so.
Or Twitter for that matter yet.
Yeah, at time of recording, we have no idea. And that makes sense because like if like Blitz runs so fast, like the finals of Krakow was 2 turns. So like the guy that lost didn't get a second turn. So
only 20 life, bro.
Yeah. So like doesn't surprise me, I guess.
But yeah, so we don't know yet.
We don't know.
That's interesting.
Time of recording, no idea. Yeah.
What looked time is it over there now?
Krakow time in Poland. I'm surprised they're doing this. It's 12:50 a.m. so it's definitely over.
Yeah, it's got to be over.
But I don't know what the result is. So we'll find out. We'll talk about it next week for sure.
You know we're gonna find a tweet like 2 minutes after we end this.
We're
podcast.
absolutely finding a tweet 2 minutes after we end this podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna be so annoyed.
They had welcome to Wraith drafts at the Calling in Krakow,
which is sweet.
Yeah,
I did see that. Yeah,
that's like what I want out of like
that's why
Callings. Yeah, it's just like give me different draft formats to do. Like let me draft Arcane Rising or something. I've never drafted that set. That would be really cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Monarch's pretty easy. Draft Prism, pick every herald you see, profit.
Sure.
All right, I can't find anything, so
that's okay. We're like recording the podcast, so we can look it up for the next one.
And then, I guess we're announcing something.
Yeah.
Sort of ish.
Heyo.
Yeah.
We like announcements.
I do like announcements. Okay, so I need everybody to like pause what they're doing and listen to
breaths.
what we're about to say, because this is huge, and we're gonna talk about it a lot up until it happens, but I just want everybody to like really take in the words that are about to come out of my mouth. The Realm in Mansfield is doing a 10K.
Oh wait. There's more.
So the event is going to be June 25th and 26th. On the 25th, it is a 10K classic constructed brawl.
What
Doors
is it on
open
the
at
26th, Abby?
I know.
I need you to talk about the 26th, Clarice.
And then on the 26th, they have, it's called the Coliseum of Heroes, and it is a unified team blitz tournament.
And it's a 5K.
There's
$5,000 in prizes. Clarice, here the lambs are screaming, Clarice. Sorry.
God.
In addition to that, there is gonna be some on-demand side events while all of that's going on.
Yeah,
Like,
this is a
this is
calling. This is just a
huge.
calling.
This is like a calling in Mansfield, Ohio, birthplace of Abby. Like
That's right.
Without Mansfield, there's no show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Basically.
We'll put the link to the event in our show notes. They're doing Dragon Shield's making custom sleeves for the top 8. So you get a pack of custom Dragon Shields for the top 8. There's just so many other things that we've talked about with the Realm that we can't bring up right now because they're not in stone yet, but don't miss any of this. If you have ever listened to us ever and taken anything we say seriously, which you probably shouldn't have until right now, but right now, this is the first thing to take seriously. It's important. Be there. It is going to matter a lot.
This is what, a full 2 months out, so like we have as much notice as we can give you. Like,
yep, it's release weekend for Uprising,
there.
So it's going to be a lot of new decks. It's going to be fresh format. It's going to be, it's just, I can't figure out how to be more hype about this event. Like, just, that's a 10K followed by a 5K in the middle of the country. And like I said, there's a lot of things that are going to be happening. Keith is doing an incredible job of bringing in things and making these events special. So plan on going, because this is going to be unreal fun.
Yes. So the classic constructed prize payout is at the top 32, and then in the Blitz team event, it is payout to the top 12 teams. So
good.
Seriously, find 2 friends, go do the classic constructed on Saturday and the team event on Sunday.
And if you're like, man, I don't have many friends that play Flesh and Blood, I bet you could probably hop into the Flesh and Pod Discord and like find 2 friends that would play in this event with you.
You probably can.
Like, if you go in there and you're like in the Play with Other Fappers channel and you're like, hey, listen, I need a partner to, I was trying to figure out a way to make it as gross as possible. Just go in there and find a teammate, man. Like, you could probably form a team.
If you strike out, just go ahead and head to Kierkegaard's Corner and put your existential dread.
Yeah.
So that we can cover all the bases.
Yeah, like you can do everything, and you can
all of it.
When you drown yourself with beer that you're sad about, you can post it in the Brews with
Bravo channel.
Brews with Bravo channel.
If you are turning on the music to kind of soothe away the hurt, you get the Grooves with Guinness. Like, we got we got it all. This Discord is well rounded, if I may say. So, but pet picks, you can just go look at pet picks to make your
that's your eye bleach.
You can go look at Dayla Max dogs. You can go look at Abby and Jordan's stately kitty.
She is a unit. She is a let them eat cake kitty, let me tell you.
She ate that cake.
That
cake is gone. Yeah,
for sure. No, but Team Unified Blitz and Classic Constructed Brawl for the Realm. Actually, we just got a text from Keith that we're going to be able to give away a seat to each. So we were launching another giveaway today, so like we'll give away that we'll add that.
Waivers?
Yeah, we'll just start that next week too. We'll have overlapping giveaways. I guess we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
Do I get to announce the giveaway?
yeah,
Or who's-
sure, it's your thing. So it's your
My thing?
it's your item. Yeah.
So with episode 20 currently
Whoop,
being
whoop.
recorded, we have decided to keep the momentum by giving away a mask of momentum.
Heyo.
Hey-o.
Rainbow foil. I'm not giving away cold foils from Alpha, you fucking savages.
Sorry,
But
folks. I tried.
What are you,
I tried
poor?
to get that for you.
boy howdy. But yes, we'll be giving away a rainbow foil mask of momentum from the Welcome to Wraith set. We are going to be collecting entries through Twitter, a simple retweet, like, and follow of the announcement, and on our Discord. What emote do we want to use for entry this time? How do we want to do this?
Oh, that's a great point. I haven't thought about that yet.
Ooh,
By the time you
hold
hear
on,
this,
hold on.
yeah, we should have done this. That's a good point.
Yeah.
This is live. This is live podcasting, people.
I might actually make a
I
bot
would like it to be a cat emoji.
Okay.
Okay.
There'll be a
You guys
cat
can
thing you
determine
can.
which face, but I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. I'm tweeting the
All right.
tweet right now. So by the time you hear this on Twitter and in our Discord, there will be things for you to like and to
Okay.
do whatever. Yeah, to like. And from what I understand,
Shit out
Logan,
of this.
you can double up, right? Like liking, retweeting, and following is
Yes,
one
it gets
entry,
you
and then
multiple entries. Yep.
Discording is another entry. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep. And
That's
we will
awesome.
ship internationally. It'll be me shipping this out, so $1.30 postage to apparently anywhere in the world, because that's how I roll. But yeah, this is this is how you maintain an environment of really good and helpful people, is you give away some cool stuff. It's just like, how being gracious and kind and engaging allows you to maintain a 5-star rating. So
Oh my God.
but yeah, just get in
Brutal.
there and come into the Discord, have some chat with us, hang out. Hit us up on Twitter to get an entry if nothing else, and we'll give this away in 2 weeks.
yeah. I think that's
22.
Yep, the winner will be announced on the
the third,
3rd of May.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, show 22 because 20 comes out the 19th, and then the 26th is 21, and then show 22. So May 3rd. Yep.
Okay.
So just in time, maybe for you to use this at Pro Tour New Jersey, Secaucus,
The Caucasus.
the travel destination of the Midwest or the Mideast.
The,
Right.
the Secaucus Meadowlands.
Oh
It's
man.
a magical place.
Yay. All right. Well, as always, you can find us on Twitter at FleshPod. You can join our Discord. The link will be in the show notes. You can give us a 5-star review on Apple. You can subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. You can like and subscribe on YouTube. You can shoot us an email at fleshandpod@gmail.com if you are so inclined. My personal Twitter is at AbbyD83. I got a 3 on a Wordle this week. I did it for the first time, and I don't know.
A
how
while.
long it's
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute since I have Wordled. So that was pretty exciting. I don't have any possum or raccoon updates this week. I'm sorry, folks.
All right.
No updates. No one has gotten me either yet, so maybe next week
Fingers crossed.
something will happen. Logan.
You can find me on Twitter at Logan Peterson, where I'll be tweeting about Flesh and Blood almost exclusively, although there are baseball tweets sprinkled in as well. You can also find me in our Discord, hanging out, chatting with people. That's really about it. On Twitter, I am at Logan Peterson. And on Discord, I'm also just Logan Peterson. So go ahead, pop in, converse with however you want to engage us in our content, and we are going to respond outside of Abby, who has office hours.
Hey,
Jordan?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter too at I'm Jerman. Tweeting a lot of sports right now. Also a lot of Flesh and Blood because there's a lot of good Flesh and Blood stuff to talk about. So sports, Flesh and Blood, politics, whatever, hit me up on there. And then again, Discord is also a great place to reach me. So please let's chat about the things we like and the things we have in common. And just if you would pull Clayton Kershaw out after 7 perfect, you're a terrorist. So
Clayton Kershaw said that it was the right thing to do.
I don't think he's going to go out there and trash his manager publicly. He's old school. I like it. I like that he said that. He's not stretched out. He said he wasn't stretched out. He said his slider was losing bite. They did it with that. This isn't a baseball podcast. I could go off.
It is not.
But
It's a
no,
bread podcast.
it is a bread podcast first and
We
foremost.
didn't do any bread talk this week. It's weird.
No.
Well, it's Easter. Can you not eat bread on Easter? Am I conflating my holidays?
I think it's
That's
the
wait. It's actually
body
that's
of
it.
something. Yeah.
What?
Well, you can't eat leavened bread on Passover, right?
Passover, right?
Oh, Passover. Okay.
Yeah.
And it is Passover right now too.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. It's like the first time in 33 years that Easter, Passover, and the beginning of Ramadan have happened on the same day. I think.
Oh wow.
Something weird like that. Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Whatever they said.
happy all of those holidays to
All of those holidays.
everyone that does
Right.
those.
Exactly. Enjoy that wonderful holiday time.
Yeah.
I think that's all we have.
That's all I got.
I think we're done.
Anyone?
We're allowed
Episode
to. We're,
20.
we're allowed to be done. Woo!
All right, perfect. Twitter and Discord, you can enter both for the giveaway. And then check out the event for the Realm. We'll have that in the show notes.
It's time to go watch a
And-
friend of the podcast, Dalen Mack,
That's
play
right.
some football, some professional
gotta-
football tonight.
We
Yeah.
gotta go cheer for the Tampa Bay Bandits.
That's right. Every time.
That's
Easy.
right. All right, folks. Well, we will talk to you next week. Bye.